Hi guys, welcome back to the football space. My name is Tabello, and today we're going to be talking about something very hot topic. Serie A. Guys, I just came from school. I'm tired as hell because I've been studying since like 10 o'clock in the morning. I know you guys don't care about that, but I'm still standing after all this time. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm feeling good today, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling cozy. So yeah, guys. Basically, what we're gonna talk about today is a situation where a coach was very harsh on the player. The coach was out of order, in my opinion, and he did not need to say the things that he said in the manner in which he said them. Feuds between a coach and a player are something that are common in football. Sometimes players don't get along. Wayne Rooney, apparently in the latter years of his career at Man United with Sir Alex, they didn't get along very well. They didn't really speak, or they weren't necessarily having that father-son relationship that they used to have when Rooney was younger. But Rooney respected the coach, he respected the team, he respected the fans, and he performed regardless. So you wouldn't even tell that him and the coach are falling out. But in this particular situation, the coach is the one who's at fault, because the coach went out and said some, quite frankly, ridiculous stuff about this player. A player who's been performing very well. A player who won them a European trophy. A player who, in my opinion, is one of, if not arguably, the best player in the Serie A. It's arguable. You could put him up there. You could definitely. There's an argument to be made that this player is the best player in Serie A. I'm not saying he is. In my opinion, he's not. But he's definitely up there. And there is an argument to be made if you want to say he's the best. If you want to say he's the best, it wouldn't be necessarily a ridiculous thing to say. And the player that I'm referring to is Ademola Lookman. So guys, Ademola Lookman, his coach basically went out and said that he shouldn't have taken the penalty and that he is one of the worst penalty takers that he has ever seen. Guys, a coach going out and saying that about his player is utterly ridiculous, and it is blasphemous. Because as a coach, there is really no need at all for you to say that. Especially when a player is of Ademola's quality. A player is performing to the level that Ademola is playing at. The coach was unreasonable, the coach was harsh, and the coach did not need to say the things that he said. In my personal opinion, Ademola Lookman basically, he carried that team in the final. In that final against Bayer Leverkusen, I watched the game. He was phenomenal. And it wasn't just his goals, like his overall play. He could drop deep, switch the ball, take on players. He was phenomenal in that game. He looked genuinely world class in that game. I don't watch much of Serie A, but I do watch Atalanta in the Champions League. So in the Champions League, he was still cooking. He was still doing well. He wasn't necessarily like the Mbappe level player or Vini level player, but for a team like Atalanta, that kind of player is what they need. They need to keep that kind of guy happy because he is their shooter. He's their main man. And I think I can say this without any fear of contradiction when I say that Ademola Lookman is Atalanta's main man. Literally, he is. And if anyone disagrees, please get in the comments and tell me what you think. But like I was saying, Ademola is a phenomenal player. Nigerian international, played very well in the AFCON. Guys, everything that you want from a forward player, he possesses. He's quick, not necessarily lightning quick, but he's quick with the ball at his feet. He can dribble. Not an elite dribbler, but he can dribble very well, He can shoot. He's a very good finisher. Borderline elite level finisher, where he is right now in his career. I think he's borderline elite level finisher. He's such a good finisher, man. Especially when he's like in and around the box. But his coach just went out and said that about him. Now, was it a motivation tactic? Was it him trying to play mind games with the player, trying to, trying to instigate a reaction out of the player? I don't know. But Ademola came out with a statement where he basically said that he heard what the coach said and he disagrees with him, and that he will just keep on playing and keep on working hard for the fans, because the Atalanta fans love him. They love him because he performs. When you need someone to, when the chips are down, or you need someone to come up with something, he's that guy who's been doing that for them. Even though, I feel like in the Serie A, yes, they have dropped off a bit because of, I don't know, form and whatnot. But he has been like the common denominator since that final. He's been so good since that final. Even like throughout last season, he was good. So he's been consistent for them. He's the kind of player that they need in that team. So yeah, the coach just basically went out and like singled them out. And for me, that was unnecessary. It was ridiculous. It was blasphemous. Like I said, I think the coach just didn't know what to say. I think he was just looking for a scapegoat. And hey, man, I hate to make this about race. I really do hate to make this about race. But, people talk on the media, people talk on the media, and apparently Italy is a very racist country. Actually, not apparently. I think we all know that Italy is a very racist country. So I think him doing that was providing them an easy scapegoat. The black guy who missed the penalty. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Easy scapegoat. But the coach himself fails to realize that he is at fault for that game, for them losing that game. Because I feel like I watched the game. The tactics were not that good. Atalanta are becoming very predictable. It's becoming very predictable what they're trying to do with the ball, or what they're trying to do without the ball as well. So teams have kind of figured them out. That's why their form has slumped a bit, because teams have figured them out. So now I think he's trying to divert from the fact that he's kind of running out of ideas. I mean, Giasporinj is a very good coach, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's been there for a long time. I don't think they'll fire him. But Ademola Lookman deciding to leave that team in the summer is the best decision he can ever make. And I don't think he'll be short of suitors. I think United could use a player like Ademola Lookman. I think Arsenal could use a player like Ademola Lookman. And I think a few other teams, like top teams, not just like teams, any other team, like top teams that can play in the Champions League, teams that can be competing for very big stuff. I'm not saying Man United is a top team, but obviously there's a reputation. They have a big name, and they can still attract players because they are Man United, provided they don't get relegated. But that's neither here nor there. I think him leaving that club is the best decision he can ever make, because that coach doesn't respect him, first of all. That coach doesn't value him as much as he should, because he has won him stuff. Like he won him that, like I said, he won him that Europa League. That Europa League trophy, Ademola Lookman single-handedly won them that trophy. You're talking about a top 10 Ballon d'Or player. Come on, man. Come on. That's so unfair, bro. It's so unfair, man. But yeah, man. Ademola, we are with you. Your African brothers are with you. We support you. And we hope that you leave that club and you go find a club that appreciates you. Not saying that Atalanta doesn't appreciate Ademola Lookman, but you can't really fight with the coach, man. And Atalanta are always going to choose Giasporinj over Ademola Lookman. And they're right to, he's got them so much success over the years. He's made them a Champions League team. He's made them champions in the Europa League. So I don't blame him for I don't blame them for not wanting to let go of Giasporinj. And there's no obvious reason to let go of Giasporinj, if we're being completely honest, from a performance perspective. So I think Ademola Lookman just needs to leave, get a coach who's going to take him under his wing, who's going to value him, develop him. Because, guys, people have this notion that once you've reached a certain age, I think Ademola's like 27 now. People have this notion that when you've reached a certain age, you can't develop anymore, which is not true. It's simply not true. As long as you're playing football, you should be constantly trying to develop your game. And I think Ademola is no different, because he's a late bloomer. He only started really, really playing well when he was 27. So it shows you that as a football player, you can always develop your game. So he needs a coach who can do that for him, who can take him under his wing, take his weaknesses, develop them, and increase his strengths. Because Ademola Lookman is a very good player. He's a player, and any team that's going to have him is going to have a valuable player, a valuable asset, someone who can do things, and someone who can take responsibility. Guys, remember this. If you don't shoot, you don't score. And when you shoot, it's a 1 in 2 probability. You either miss or you score. Sometimes you miss. So for the coach to go out and say the things that he said just shows me that he doesn't value Ademola as a player, and furthermore, he doesn't appreciate him as a human being. And I hate that, because from a human perspective, that was disrespectful. He needed to respect him as a player, yes, but as a human being, as a man. Because Ademola is not a kid, he's a grown man. And if you talk about another grown man like that, what do you expect? Do you expect him to be happy? So him releasing a statement like that, I fully support him releasing a statement, because how can your coach say something like that about you and then expect you to keep quiet? But yeah, guys, what do you think about the situation? Get in the comments, tell me what you think. Yeah, let's engage, guys. Like I've always said this, let's engage. Guys, I'm gonna be doing live streams because I really want more engaging content. So I'm gonna do live streams. I'm gonna be doing live streams very, very soon. But I'll still continue with this format of video, because I think these allow me to script videos and so to get keynotes, so I can just talk about and not just blabber on and just, just regurgitate points, but actually, because now I'm looking at a screen where my notes are. So what I'm saying is, when I make these videos are a bit more detailed. Yes, I do include my opinion here and there, but mostly it's stuff that I scripted, like stuff that I wrote down, so that I can be able to give you a clear and concise opinion and my thoughts, so that you guys don't say, "Ah, man, he's just blabbering." But I want to create a session where we can blabber, like live streams, where I can talk to you guys in real time. You can respond in real time. So yeah, I'm just figuring out the logistics of how I can do that. But very soon we'll be doing live streams, and guys, yes, the live streams are going to be hard, guys. And yes, please join. I'll publish it on my Instagram. I'll put it on my story. I'll put it on my Facebook. I'll put it on my on every social media platform. Basically, I'm gonna put it out there, and I'm gonna say, yes, guys, we're gonna be live streaming at this particular time. So yeah, guys, like, share, subscribe. Get in the comments, guys. Get in the comments. Tell me what you think. What do you think about the situation? Who do you think is wrong in the situation? What do you think Giasporinj was trying to achieve by saying the things that he said? Because from a player who scored 12 goals in the Serie A, 5 goals in the Champions League, and 2 assists in the Champions League, 4 assists in the Serie A, those are very good numbers for a forward player. In 20 appearances and 7 appearances in the Champions League, respectively. Come on, guys. So yeah, guys, like, share, subscribe, get in the comments. And guys, watch the video until the end. Watch it till the end. Stop watching the video and having TikTok brain. Watching the video until like 2 minutes. Watch till the end.